Hello, friends. Hello. It is your girl, Coach Tika, your accountability bestie. And I am here today because I need to talk to you. Okay. I'm looking for my sisters. Okay. I'm looking for my sisters, the ones that have been on this weight loss journey for a little minute now. And you're wondering how much longer, Lord? How much longer, Lord, is it going to be until I start to see results? So, for anybody who doesn't know me, my name is Tanisha James. I am affectionately known as Coach Tuka, and I come here every day. So, I want to welcome you to my corner of these YouTube streets, okay? I'm here every day to help as many women as I possibly can lose weight without losing their mind. Okay. I'm here for the sister who has looked in the mirror. Hey, Alicia, who has looked in the mirror and who has said, I do not recognize the person standing back at me, and I am sick of it. All right. I want something different. I want something better. I know it's possible for me, and I'm wondering how to get it. And if you're anything like me, you've been around the rodeo a couple of times, tried a couple of things, and you're trying to figure out what I gotta do, Lord, what I gotta do to be free. And I just want you to know that it's easier than you think. You can lose weight without losing your mind, without doing the wild and crazy things you see the people doing in these internet streets. You ain't gotta inject nothing, you don't gotta take no shots, no pills, and no potions. How do I know? Because 5 years ago, I was 80 pounds heavier with a whole bunch of chronic illnesses. Do you hear me? Feeling like trash. Okay. And that's the nice way to put it. So God has been a blessing. And so I come here every day to help as many women as I possibly can do the same. And so this is what has been on my heart. I think about how so many of us desire change in our life. We want something to change. And you know, typically when you do that, you'll find yourself, if you're not careful, beating yourself up. Okay. I know because I've done it. I wish for more willpower, for more discipline. I was like, why is this thing so hard? Okay. And I was like, if this could just be easier, if I could just be stronger, if there weren't so many temptations. And so I'm here for that person today who has said, this is really hard, okay, to lose weight. And I say a lot that losing weight is easy. And a lot of people look at me with the side corner eye. So I thought about it and I prayed about it. And I said, you know what? It is easy now, right? And I know that one of the big mistakes that a lot of us make is that we want it to be easy on the front end. And it's just not how the cookie crumbles, okay? But the promise is that if you do not stop, it gets easier, okay? So today I want to be honest with you because I want you, and if you have been on the hamster wheel of trying to lose weight, I need you to lean in, okay? Because I want to tell you the real reason why you don't see something change. And I know you think it's the food. I know you think it's your workout plan. You think it's the meal plan. You think it's you know what I'm saying, how much sleep you're getting, and all of those things are super duper important. But the reason that this journey is so hard is because you believe, okay, it's the fact that you believe that something has to feel good for it to be good. All right. Hear me when I say you think that something has to feel good for it to work. You think that you have to feel like it in order to do it. And if it's not easy, all right, we out. Okay, we dip out. We done. First inconvenience. All right. We like, baby, I would have done it, but I couldn't do it. And we always have a laundry list of excuses for why we didn't do it. But I came here today to tell you that the weight loss win that you want to see is just on the other side of discomfort. It's just on the other side of you feeling a little bit of discomfort. So I want you to know that discomfort is that little feeling that you had, a little nudge, the new feeling, right? You start something because in the beginning, motivation has an enthusiasm that'll carry you for a couple of days. All right. I'm talking about the feeling you feel, the new feeling when you say, I don't want to do this. I don't feel like it. Yeah. Is that I don't feel it. When your schedule, get the schedule, okay? When the routine don't flow the way you mapped it out. All right. When you have to push yourself to do something that your mind ain't used to and your body ain't used to either. Not painful. Okay. I'm not talking pain, but it ain't comfortable. Okay. And so for me, here were some uncomfortable things I experienced. Not running it back for the Oreos, okay, just because everybody else was eating something. It was uncomfortable to get up at 4:30 in the morning, which is what I had to do when I was a teacher and I had to be at work at 7:15 a.m. and drop children off at the daycare. It was uncomfortable. My body was like, baby, can we just stay in this bed? So getting up out of the bed, that was uncomfortable. Okay. Uh, if you've ever had to talk yourself into a salad over the cookies or talk yourself out of some little late night something, then you know what it feels like to be uncomfortable. All right. So I want you to know that anybody that grows in any area of their life has to learn to overcome discomfort. And we live in a world that's so doggone comfortable. Okay. I mean, we got AC and lights and heats and these cell phones that we can just Google everything and shoot chat GPT it. We got all this stuff that makes it so comfortable for every moment that we feel a little twinge of discomfort. We got to answer, okay? We got these warm beds, okay? We so doggone comfortable that what has happened is at the first sign of a little discomfort, we act like we about to die. Lord, and I'm telling you that God wants you to be able to become a person who endures. Who endures. And when you do, the first thing that's going to happen when you learn to get a little uncomfortable is God's going to teach you something. Like there's going to be a breakthrough that comes from it. You're going to learn something. Something's going to change or transform in you. When you think of think of some stories in the Bible where people had to get uncomfortable to get what God got for them. Abraham had to leave everything that he knew and trust God. He had to leave all the comfortable things and trust God. Esther went and asked the king to free her people. Jesus was uncomfortable for us. And so I'm just saying that again, Hebrews tells us no discipline seems pleasant at the time, but it's painful. The Bible is essentially telling you you don't love it at the time. It actually is uncomfortable. But later, all right? And so God never promised us that the thing that he wanted to give us or he wanted to do in us or he wanted to do through us was just going to be, comfortable. He did promise us fruit though on the other side. So the thing I want you to not to miss is that whenever we are uncomfortable, that is where we have an opportunity to grow. So I remember learning to look at food different. It was uncomfortable. My entire life, I'm going to say. I mean, because I can't even count the years that I was under my mother's authority, right? Where I ain't had no money. So just what she said, we eating, this is what we eating. So I want to say when I turned 16 and I had my own money, and I started buying what I want was when this relationship with food, like the way I looked at food, went left. Okay. It wasn't a pretty thing because food is my comforter. Yeah, I got stories. Okay. Y'all don't know if y'all tell y'all stories, but sometimes when I just think back over the stuff I used to do, it grows people out sometimes. Okay. I used to eat I used to eat. Somebody think this candy is gross, and today I still would love this candy. I just don't eat it anymore because I'm very much aware it's pure sugar. Like legit, just might as well just open up a bag of sugar and just start eating it. Okay. Um, I used to eat those. Y'all remember those conversation hearts? Now I was bougie to be the Brock's conversation hearts. Okay. So I had a whole system, okay, because they're gonna start selling them like mid to, like the second or third week in January. So if you buy them the second or third week in January, they're gonna be soft at first. Okay. Then I would go through, but after Valentine's Day, they be like 50% off, 75% off. And I would rack up. Okay. Leading up to Valentine's Day, and then after. I would eat in college. I would eat so many of them that my tongue would be like just raw. Like I don't like irritated. And it didn't matter because I would still keep eating it. I would divide them into sections by color because my people have tried to convince me that they all taste the same and they do not. Okay. They all have a different taste. That was my favorite candy. So much so that when they went on sale, 75% off, people would buy them for me. Okay? I'm just telling, I know y'all wasn't that bad. I know y'all wasn't that bad. Do you understand? I know y'all wasn't that bad. So imagine having this relationship. Imagine having this relationship where these little conversation hearts, it's a whole like rendezvous. Okay? It's a whole situation. Imagine discovering that I'm actually a sugar addict. Imagine discovering not only because I have my father struggled with addiction. So I had worked all of my youthful years to not be addicted to nothing, only to discover that I am addicted to sugar. Do you know how uncomfortable it was? Number one, to realize, okay, I'm a sugar addict. That's number one. Number two, that I have to no longer judge anybody who struggles with any kind of addiction because my addiction ain't no better and it's as harmful to my body. Okay. Imagine coming to that realization. It was not easy. It was not easy. I'm in the pandemic. People were so surprised that I did this in the pandemic because some of us was going to the store buying all the snacks. Okay. I'm in the pandemic and I'm just not going to buy those things. All right. So it wasn't easy. Like I always say, it was only by the grace of God. A lot of prayer, a lot of studying my word, a lot of being honest with myself, a lot of identifying generational curses in my family and deciding that it stops with me. It wasn't easy. It was uncomfortable. It was not easy. Getting up daily. Okay. Daily. And it wasn't easy at first. It was not easy at first. And I need you to know it's not easy at first. But today, because I'm on the other side, because I didn't allow the parts that were uncomfortable. Can y'all imagine once my coach told me I was a sugar addict? Because I don't think y'all understand. I had an attitude. I was upset. I was bothered. Irritated is an understatement. For this woman to tell me you are a sugar addict. Praise God, I was in the midst of reading The Bait of Satan by John Bevere. Okay. Game changer. Okay. Praise God. Because I'm upset. My feelings are hurt. How dare you call me an addict when I have refrained from drug and limited alcohol usage to not be addicted to nothing? It was not comfortable. So I had to have honest conversations with myself. That's right, Alicia. The truth hurts. It's not comfortable. All right. Could you imagine how this story would have been if in my offense, because I was offended, all right, and it's not the first time the lady offended me with the truth. Okay, I was offended. I like to say it stung a little bit, but that's just a nice way to say I was offended. Okay, like what? Did she just call me an addict? Excuse me. Okay, exposing my little prideful spirit. Okay. But just could you imagine how this story would have ended if I would have said, "Man, she out of line. She just see some of y'all do. Somebody tell y'all the truth, y'all get attitude. Y'all won't talk to him no more." I fell on my face. I said, "Lord, if this is true, if this is true, like reveal it to me. I'm gonna need a little confirmation from you." I looked it up. According to the dictionary, it's very much an addiction. It's no other name she could have called it. All right. So I'm just telling you, like it's going to be uncomfortable. But as you press your way, the things you have to do to get past the uncomfortable parts are the things that grow you and make you better. So you want weight loss to be easier? Stay uncomfortable until it becomes your normal. Okay? When you feel the discomfort, it is proof, it's evidence that you are doing a new thing. It's evidence that you're not defaulting to the thing you used to do. It's proof that the old you is dying and you planting new seeds. A new you is being born as evidence. But we say, my God, this is hard. And we actually look for the first available excuse, the first reason to fall off and not do it. All right. So in weight loss, being uncomfortable means eating when you're supposed to, eating what you're supposed to, not what you feel like eating or when you feel like eating. It means exercising when your whole body say, "Nah, I don't want to do it. I don't feel like it." It's essentially saying no to the things you used to say yes to. It's saying no. The very same time, here's what I realized. The very same time that I used to spend just on social media or couch napping, watching whatever show is the same like the and would turn around and say, I really don't have time. I had the time. You have the time. People tell a lie and say it's expensive to eat healthy. The devil is a liar. The devil, do you know how much my family spent just on our little Japanese buffet alone? Okay. Today we drove past one of our old little stomping grounds. Okay, my son, he probably kind of remember, but my daughter, she a teenager. She ain't totally forgot what it was like. She drove by. She said, "Boy, boy, 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 I remember when." Okay, I remember when she said She said, "I used to be so happy we get out of church, and y'all say y'all won't go here." She said she used to be so happy. I wish my daughter was a social media person. I don't think I could pull on. She just told me this, right? But then we'll be the same person turn around and be like, "I don't got no money. I can't afford to eat like that. I can't afford a gym membership. I used to eat my gym membership twice every week when I went to the little Japanese buffet." Okay. So every time you decide that I'm going to be more disciplined than I am comfortable, I just want you to know you planting seeds for the harvest. You are planting seeds for the harvest. So I need you to stop being afraid to be uncomfortable. Stop being afraid to be uncomfortable. So the next time you want to quit or slide your way to the thing you used to do was easy, I want you to do the difficult thing. I want you to say yes to the walk. I want you to say no to the extra snack. or all the snacks. I want you to say, I'm done making excuses. I'm done. And if you keep showing up, even when it's uncomfortable, especially when it's uncomfortable, God will multiply. He will put some multiplication on it, and you're gonna see some fruit. You're gonna see a harvest, as long as you don't grow weary in well doing. All right. So that's it. I want you to know that there's a couple of things. The first thing I want you to know is the blessing is on the other side. Is you've got to go through the uncomfortable parts for it to get easier, and the blessing's on the other side of it. All right. But I also want you to know that the blessing that you have been asking God for, um, He will do that and then some. My mind is blown on a regular when I think about the fact that I literally only asked God to lose 50 pounds. I just wanted to not be tired all the time and lose 50 pounds. I wanted energy so I could feel good every day and to be a size 14. And to be a size 14. That's all I wanted. Okay? Never in a million years imagining that God would work so amazingly in my life, not because I didn't believe him, I just didn't believe for this. I never in a million years imagined that I would get off high blood pressure medication. I had no evidence to support that that was possible. My all of my grandmother's children all have high blood pressure, or either deceased or all have high blood pressure. I had no evidence to support it. So I didn't even think to ask God for that. So when we say he knows just what's best for you, he knows just what's best for you. But you will never see a fraction of it if every time you got to work late, if every time you know what I'm saying, your schedule don't go the way it was supposed to, if every time you get a craving, if every time you don't feel like it, if every time it's raining outside so you can't walk, if every time something pops up, if every time you have another option, you choose the easy route. If you keep on choosing the easy button, because I believe here's what God is saying, though. I'm going to say this and I'm going to wrap. Here's what God is saying. Because our prayers are filled with wanting the God to do so much more in our life. We're like, Lord, give me this, do this, bless me with this. Bless me, oh Lord, bless me. We always want God to give us more. And God is waiting to see, like, okay, what will you do with what I gave you? What will you do with the time I gave you? What will you do with the body I gave you? What will you do with the family I gave you? What will you do with the money I gave you? What will you do with the material possessions I gave you? What will you do with the people I gave you? What will you do with the business I gave you? What will you do with all the things that I've already given you? So he's waiting to see what you're going to do. And so what we show him every day is, I'll do it. Not if you say it. Okay? I don't want to do like Jesus. I'm going to do it if I feel like it. I'll do it if I have enough time. I'll do it if everything lines up perfectly. I'll do it if I have the energy. I'll do it if there are no hiccups. I'll do it. You can trust me then, Lord. And he's like, no, I need you to know being obedient to me ain't always easy. All right. So I just want you to know God don't need you to be perfect. You ain't gotta do it I don't want you to get confused and think you got to do it perfectly, because some of us will take it all the way to the extreme. And if we can't do it exactly right to the T, we ain't going to do nothing. But God is looking for you to do what He told you to do, be obedient and be consistent. All right. And so if you are ready to stop waiting on things to get easier and start like really getting better, and like seriously, or if you know somebody who is, send this to your friend who has been stuck waiting for things to be perfect, waiting for the right time, waiting for the right season. All right. And if you want to be in a community with women who will walk with you, pray with you, push you through, go to www.readysethabits.com and join my free community. All right. Because we're doing it even when it's uncomfortable. Listen, I absolutely love y'all to life. I am so serious lately about my sleep. Where's my phone? I don't know. I don't think I only got close to 6 hours last night. So I'm about to, baby, take a shower and wind down because I'm in a season where I'm serious about this sleep. Do you hear me? Okay. I really am so much more aware of how my day goes. My aura ring tells me my readiness and my like how well my body recovers. So now that I'm doing this strength training thing, okay, I want to rest so my body can recover and I can get up in the morning and do what I need to do. Okay, I love you to life. I will see you tomorrow in the same place. Have an amazing, amazing evening.